Good morning everybody and welcome back to my garden. So today is August 6th and I'm just going to walk around my backyard today and show you everything that's going on. There's a lot that's changed and a lot of things I'm planning to do. So I'm excited because it's been raining an awful lot and the garden shows it. And my water bill shows it too. So let me turn the camera around and show you what's changed. So I'm going to start over here in my corner bed by my daughter's window. I have my compost bins here. This compost bin is full of sweet potato vines, which is fine. This is my leaf bin. I've been using a lot of leaves for mulch lately, so that is pretty empty. But over here I've changed a couple things. So this is the beautiful salvia that attracts so many bumblebees. Let's see if I can zoom in on any of them. Look at them. They're so cute. There's another one up there. But so this area is, like I said, by my daughter's window, and I just added this hibiscus. I don't normally add regular hibiscus just because I do try to add as many native plants as possible, but this is not my space. My daughter looks out this window and she loves hibiscus, so I found this one. It's a proven winners plant, which I have none of because most of them don't do well here in Florida, and like I said, none are native. But this is a really pretty variety. I think it's Candy Crush is the variety name, but it's super pretty. It'll get like 4 feet tall and wide, so it'll fill in this whole area. And then she likes this purple salvia, and the hummingbirds and the butterflies and the bumblebees all enjoy that. So I'm going to leave that here. I took out the Simpson stopper that was here and just put the bird bath here. It was tucked back in that corner just to give these plants a little room. But I really like the way this little corner has turned out. I mean, it's 2 plants and a bird bath. Well, 3 if you count all the sweet potato vines. But it's important to me that she doesn't have to look at all of our mess over here, but there's nowhere else to put it, so it is what it is. Let me go grab my coffee. So I'm out here at like 7:30 in the morning because the lighting is so much better, and it does make for a really pretty pleasant time to be outside in the garden, but especially right now, and the sun's coming up from the east, so that is east over there, and then the sun will set on my vegetable garden in the west side of my house. So I've added a few things here. So I've changed a couple things. I really wanted this blue color added to my garden, and I had none of it, but this is a silver buttonwood, and it can be grown into a small tree about 15 to 20 feet, or you can prune it into a shrub. It really takes well to pruning, but I'm going to grow this one into a small tree. And over there I have another one, and they will just mirror each other on this side of the grass, since I am leaving, some grass so my family can do things. I think that will be pretty. But I did take out the flatwoods plum that was over here because it just wouldn't work well with the look I'm going for putting that there. So the flatwoods plum is now over there in that border. I'll show you that. I added some cranberry hibiscus cuttings here, so those will fill out pretty fast. I still need to come in and take care of some of the grass that's popping through the mulch, but that's fine. But this was a big mulch pile, and that's why I extended the flower bed. I don't think the shape is exactly like I want it, but that can change over time. But I have a couple papaya trees. Those are my lilies from my grandma, and all of that is longevity spinach. So this is a completely edible border right here, which is something I really enjoy. And then when there's 1, 2, 3, I don't think that third one's gonna make it, and then a fourth cranberry hibiscus cutting over there. Once those pop up, that'll be a nice maroon color in this section. But over here is an area that I think is really coming together, and I love those colors together. They're just so pretty. I have the green muley grass, which will have the purple plumes in the fall. And then I have the firebush, which I just got done seeing a hummingbird on. And then I have, of course, the silver buttonwood, the cranberry hibiscus, a mulberry, key lime, or not a key lime, a Meyer lemon. And then in the background, I have, it's so dark, hold on a second. In the background, I have pigeon peas and some lemongrass. There's snake master plant. So this is a very native, edible, medicinal border right here. And I think it's really coming together. But yeah, this mulberry tree is a dwarf mulberry. So this fence is 4 feet tall, so I would say it's about 3.5 feet tall. I haven't pruned this one. I want to see what it does. It's only been in the ground like 4 months, maybe 3 months. So maybe a little less than that. So hopefully I get some mulberries off that. These two cranberry hibiscus, this one is going to be really pretty, blooming against these other colors. And then, like I said, my Meyer lemon has blooms all over it. It's really pretty, and it's got new growth. After I put it in the ground, this thing just took off. It was doing so poorly in a pot, and I wouldn't mind it getting bigger here because I want some actual lemons off of it. Oh, and look, there's a baby lemon. Look at that. So this border is really coming along. It's much better than it was when it was all rock and like drought tolerant. Well, most of these are drought tolerant, but I mean like xeriscape plants. It's just coming along very nicely. Let's see, there's some more muley grass tucked in around this border. And so all of these are pigeon peas. Oh, look at that. I guess that's a grasshopper. It's a really weird grasshopper. What is that? The body is weird. It almost looks like a green lacewing, but without wings. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to mark where this is. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, so this is pigeon pea, that's pigeon pea, and that over there is a pigeon pea plant. So I will be able to get peas from these, as well as use the branches as chop and drop. I'll probably just do it all in this area, just add extra nutrients in the ground. But it's starting to create, you see that border feel like I was going for. I don't have unlimited amounts of money, so I have to do this when I can, and that's a good way, is adding like short-lived perennial plants that grow fast into a border where things grow more slowly, like these oak leaf hydrangeas and the muley grass. So that way you have some instant size, and then you can wait for the other things to catch up. Here's where I put my sad what am I trying to say? Flatwoods plum tree. I am fully confident that it will be fine. It's just in a little bit of transplant shock. If it dies, that I'd be very surprised, but they lose their leaves anyway in the winter, so it's fine. It'll probably push back out new growth. So we'll see. I'm just documenting in August. This tree still looks the same. I still haven't seen any new growth in it, but there is a bee. Oh, look at it. There's a bee. Where is it on camera? Where is it? There it is. Can you see it? Hold on. I don't think you can see it, but there's a bee sleeping right there. It's just hard to focus on the tree. How cute. Anyways, but yeah, this is a American witch hazel tree, so it cost me quite a bit of money, so I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. And oh look, there's another bee. Why is it not focusing? Oh my gosh, they're sleeping all over it. Hold on, look at it. You see it? Sleeping right there. Then there's another one sleeping right there. How cute. So yeah, while this tree isn't doing anything visually right now, it is serving a purpose. And that's why I never get rid of anything dead right away in my garden anyway, as long as I can help it, because things value decaying matter. So like birds and bees and different insects, they use things that are dead and dying as refuge and nesting material. So I try to leave that up as long as I can physically look at it. There's another view back there. So over here, my shampoo ginger is still finally getting some, or just now finally getting some size. No cones yet. I don't know if we will, because we had such a dry spring and early summer. That camellia's doing good. The lighting this time of morning is pretty. These beautyberry bushes are huge and full of berries. I'm gonna come out here and make beautyberry jam. If you're out in your yard and you have mosquito issue, you can actually just take off one of those leaves and rub it on you. That's what I did last night. No mosquitoes, although I'd like to see it work on, oops, I broke it. I'd like to see it work on yellow flies. Let me rub it on my other leg. But it is a natural bug repellent. I do make a bug repellent out of it for when I'm not home, but you literally can just break a leaf off and rub it on yourself. They don't like the smell of it. So let's see, this border, about the same. I added a cranberry hibiscus cutting in there. That's getting a little bigger now. This holy basil, oh no, there was a stink bug. Oh, and there's a leaf-footed bug. Oh, whatever. So I've had a lot of stink bugs and leaf-footed bugs this year. Oh, there's one. Hold on. Well, I lost it. But yeah, so I've been trying to kill the adults and the nymphs when I see them. Like I said, I don't like to spray. But they've been hanging out on this beautyberry bush, so if that's what they want to hang out on, I mean, that's better than my other stuff. So yeah, so I have a lot of holy basil coming, and then the seeds, when they dry up, I've just been dropping them down. Some zinnias. This is a transplanted muley grass. It probably will live. It just might take a while to recover. This is my new little statue. Found it at Goodwill. Over here, let's see. Most things are doing well on this side. This is a velvet bean vine. I sell the seeds on Etsy, and I use the seeds, or the beans, if my family will use them. They have great medicinal properties. There's more basil. This is Thai basil, and then more holy basil. There's some sunflowers growing here. I planted some more zinnias and sunflowers in this border because some of this stuff is going to end up, going away soon. So some of the sunflowers are about that tall. There's some more muley grass. Eventually, like I said, this is going to be a perennial grass and wildflower border. Oh geez, I just spilled my coffee. The salvia is really pretty right now. This is a gourd plant, birdhouse gourd. I don't have a second one on it, but I did already pick one gourd on it, so that's fine. There's another cranberry hibiscus down there. There's some zinnias in this border. This zinnia is really pretty. Let's see, there was some sorghum, but the animals ate the top of it. I really think the basil and the salvia look cool together. Let's see. There's my bunny statue. Hi. There's always pollinators all over this stuff. Oh, I wanted to show back this way. This is my milkweed. I haven't seen a ton of monarchs in my neighborhood lately, but I have seen a few. There is a queen caterpillar, a queen butterfly caterpillar over on another milkweed, if it's still there, but it looks like I might actually get some blooms. So these are the what's that? These are swamp milkweed, so this will bloom pink, and it is native to Florida. And then over there I have some more. I think it was on this one. Let's see if it's still there. I don't know. They come and go so fast that they'll be there one day. And you know, there's birds too. Bird could have got it. But I made another video about hoverflies. So these are the hoverfly egg casings. They're like where they pupate from. So hoverflies took over this plant and killed all the aphids. So I was happy about that. There's some more zinnias and sunflowers in this border. These ones are pretty. Zinnias, this is what happens to them during the summer here. They get this spot on them and there's really nothing you can do about it. The spot does continue from year to year if you save the seeds. So if you want a better chance at healthier zinnias for longer, you just start with new seeds every year. There's really nothing you can do about that. The pink salvia is coming. And then finally, it is time for the dotted horse mint to bloom. And then it's looking, look, I have a lot of it here. It's going to be really pretty. I have another dwarf mulberry there. But look at these. They're all blooming. And these are all self-sown. I didn't put any of these here. I started with one patch over there of the horse mint or bee balm, and it's self-sown all over here, which is fine because, like I said, the pollinators love it. I probably shouldn't have picked that one. It's going to turn into a flower, but it smells really good, and it's got medicinal properties. You can use it in the kitchen, like kind of like an oregano replacement. So it's a very good, valuable native plant to have. There's a bumblebee. There's always bees and wasps. This is my native starry rosinweed. I think it's getting a little too shaded from everything else, so it's a little shorter, but it's still blooming. That was a gift. This is the Stokes aster. I've been saving seeds from it. It's done blooming, obviously. I'll cut that back. More milkweed. This is the velvet bean. And this is what they look like when they're drying. So this would actually be done. And they do have like a fur on them, and they make you kind of itchy. So be careful if you're harvesting a lot, because they can make you itchy and like irritate your skin. There's lots of salvia in here. Bees, butterflies, all love that. Milkweed all over the place. And then this is another holy basil. And then this is my swamp pot. That's not in it. It's full of aquatic milkweed. I just got some seeds from it. But you see they bloom like this whitish pink. And then this is brown sabery. It's a native ground cover growing in the same pot. That's got no drainage on it. So it kind of creates like a bog effect. And then, yeah, I had some milkweed down here too. Let's see if anything's on this. No, nothing right now. I haven't seen many monarchs at all. Mostly the big butterflies and clouded sulfur, and not too many monarchs. So I just realized I left those bags over there to dry. So we're gonna ignore that. But over here is looking pretty much the same as always. It's just greener. So this is all the creeping sage, and you see it's working like a ground cover like it should. It kind of mounds up on itself, and it's super pretty, and it keeps the weeds down in this area. This is a muley grass, and then these are some early blooming goldenrod. Look at that. This is one of my favorite flowers because it's so effortless and it's really pretty. It does really good in cut flower arrangements too. You'll never need the amount of goldenrod you grow if you start growing it, so don't feel bad about cutting it. Look at that. It's so pretty. Bee pollinators love, love, love this plant in the fall time when the other ones are blooming, when other stuff has stopped blooming, because yeah, it just gives them a food source. There's more of this dotted horse mint starting to come into bloom. This is a coral honeysuckle. This one is so scraggly looking. I mean, it still produces blooms, but it definitely likes full sun in its other areas that I have it growing. Look at this. This is all, I told you this would take over. It just needed to start raining, and it wasn't for such a long time. I would have my whole yard covered in this if I could, but it looks kind of cool, like edged up by the grass. Over here is the same goldenrod, horse mint, and then of course the beautyberry. And then I gotta go under this wet. I'm stuck. This is I don't know what I was saying. I had to stop my phone, but this is a dwarf Simpson stopper. It's doing okay. I might just leave it and see what it does, but it's not growing. And this one got some abuse at the beginning of his life, and the other one was thriving and has started already putting on new growth. So I don't know if I'm going to move this one or not, but we'll see. Well, that's what that is. But like I said, all of this is creeping sage. This is another pigeon pea. So I was seeing what they do like in the different sun exposures. This one is more of a western exposure over here during the afternoon. So it does okay. It's pretty the same as the ones over there. They're pretty reliable to grow no matter where you put them, I think. Oh my God. What happened to my pineapple? It was just fine. Well, that's annoying. Like literally, this was just green. Oh, that's so annoying. Aww. I really have no idea. Look at that. It's rotten. Well, shoot. Literally have no idea what happened there. Maybe too much water. I don't know. Pineapples are bromeliads, though. I don't know. Anyways, this is my elderberry. I was super pissed. Oh, look, more leaf footer bugs. Oh my God. Hold on. I hate touching them with my hands. Okay. Anyways, I smashed them with a rock. I only kill those because they will decimate my food crops. And like I said, that's as natural as you can get, is just smushing them with your hands. So my dog ran this over. Interesting. I always heard that it's better to cut your elderberry back pretty hard and it'll flush out really nice during the season. But I didn't do this. This is a second year planting. I didn't cut it back. I just let it go because it was still green. Like they don't die back here like other places. But my dog was trying to catch a squirrel and completely cut off that huge center branch. So I was super mad, but in doing that, all of this new growth has come out of it, and so I'm kind of not mad at it. And now I'm glad she did that, because it showed me that I do need to cut this back. So sometimes when you cut back your plants, it's a little scary because, you know, they're still green and pretty, but in the long run, it'll probably produce a better plant and more fruit. So ultimately, I'm growing elderberry for the berries so I can make syrup and tinctures and stuff. So I need this to bloom for me. Over here, some more pineapples. These two have pineapples on them. Just waiting for them to color up. These are, I think, Seminole pumpkin. I put these in the ground and forgot what they were, but we will see. I only say that because of these leaves here. The tromboncino squash I grew earlier in the year, I don't think had those kind of leaves, so I don't think that's what these are. So I'll have to go back and look at those videos to see. But it's either tromboncino or Seminole pumpkin. I think it might be Seminole pumpkin, which is fine, because that's what I want. I want Seminole pumpkins, and they just keep not producing for me. So this border, there's a fig that I grew from a cutting. So this plan would be to fill in this whole corner with a fig tree. Eventually I'll probably end up moving those pineapples because we were going to put in a gate over here. We realized how having a gate on this side of the fence would be beneficial, because right now I have to come all the way around my house with anything gardening related. This is a sweet almond plant. It's not native, but it smells so good that I have to have it. Like, there's nothing like it. It literally smells like sweet almond, and I just love it. It's a shot at my wild jungle of a vegetable garden. I planted some sunflowers in here. That is one of the birth flowers on my arm. Although it's not a birth flower, it was just my grandma's favorite flower. So I thought that was appropriate to have in my birth flower tattoo garden. This is another pigeon pea. It's a one to match that massive one right there. And it is so nice and healthy. And I've gotten 2 crops of peas off of it already. So the more you cut them, the more they bush out. Just like any other plant, if you prune them, they'll get bigger. You'll see there's the original stalk. It froze last year in the winter, and I just cut it back. And now it's pretty big. It's about 4 feet wide, 5 feet tall. It's a good, nice, healthy plant. What are you doing? Benelli, what are you doing? She stole the pineapple plant. It was you, wasn't it? Anyways, this little section, so right here I planted the Seminole pumpkins. Those are doing really good. I have this yellow squash in the middle. I'm starting to get some yellow squash, and I'm also starting to get some caterpillars. I see the damage, or I see their poop, but I have to find them. It's fine, I'll find them. I sprayed this with BT, but that doesn't work when it rains. Oh, see, there it is. So we'll squish that guy. Yeah, if it rains, the BT you spray, which is the bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis, it's just a naturally occurring bacteria in the soil, and they've made it into a spray that only targets caterpillars. So you can spray it on your vegetable crops, and ultimately it'll basically stop them from eating because they'll think they're full. Ew, this is full of caterpillars. But here in Florida, it rains a lot, so it doesn't work like it should because it gets rained off. Sorry, I'm just gonna pick these off while I see them, because if I forget, they'll come out here and ruin my plants. Jeez, and I just did this yesterday. they're so small that you can't hardly see them until they get a little size. But yeah, anyways, I'll come back here and do this. There's a little squash coming. This is my experiment. I didn't do anything to the ground here. Just raw Florida dirt, sand, if you will. I have been amending the top with rabbit manure and the shavings from her pen, and so far I think it's doing okay, considering this does get part shade. So these are not huge plants, but I'm trying to see what boundaries I can push and see if I can grow some food still, and it doesn't get scorched from the sun. What is she doing? It must taste like pineapple. What are you doing? Anyways, so that's this area. This is the other new area that I changed. So I made a pathway from there out to my vegetable garden with some of that mulch that I was, that came from our trees. So this area was basically all dead with the grass. So I covered it in mulch, and then there was some grass that was coming up. I did a heavy dousing of vinegar all through this. I'm gonna see if it works. And I took it off now, but that's what those black bags were for. I've been solarizing, although you're supposed to use clear plastic. I didn't have any, so I was just trying to cover the grass after I did the vinegar. And so far it's working in most areas. There's a few spots I'll have to come back through and do it again, but I don't want to do it too close to my plants because I don't want to kill the plants. And make sure you use vinegar very wisely and responsibly, because it will affect things like amphibians, like in lizards, so it could kill them. So be careful if you're using it. But yeah, so in here is my little dry riverbed. I have some love grass. I don't remember if that's a purple one, but there's a regular love grass, some piney woods drop seed, some goldenrod. There's some catmint, or that might be lemon balm. Let me see. Nope, that's catmint, and then some salvia growing around it. So that is just a nice little walkway into my garden so I don't get my feet nasty. And then Benelli is just going to keep eating that pineapple plant, apparently. So anyways, that is a look at my garden on today, August 6th, or my backyard, I should say. She's obsessed. And it's just really coming together. It's really pretty right now, especially with the sun coming up. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I'm going to record my vegetable garden next, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.